The detail leader, or DL, and second team member, or STM, will line up on the curbside with their backs towards the gravesite side by side. The DL will position himself where the hearse will be stopped with the bumper directly in front of him. The DL and STM will move to ceremonial at ease in unison. Both team members will stay at ceremonial at ease, but in a relaxed state. The DL and STM will assume the position of attention. Once the hearse is in the detail's peripheral vision, the DL and STM will present arms in unison. Both soldiers will hold their salutes until the hearse has come to a complete stop. If necessary, the DL will motion the hearse forward or back in order to ensure it is stopped in the correct position. The DL will confirm with the funeral director if a chaplain is present if the flag will be folded before or after the committal service is completed. They will remain at the position of attention until the remains are pulled out of the hearse. Once the casket begins to move out of the hearse, the DL will call present arms. The honorary pallbearers will move the casket around the detail leader and second team member. The DL and STM will order arms, face the casket, and present arms again. The DL and STM will order arms in unison. The detail will step off together and follow 2 to 3 steps behind the casket. The DL and STM will march abreast of each other or one in front of the other. The DL will march into position at the head facing the family at a 45-degree angle 2 to 3 steps away from the casket. The STM will march into position beside the pre-positioned bugle 45 degrees off the foot of the grave 10 to 15 steps away. The detail leader will remain at the position of attention. The bugler will secure the bugle and go to the position of attention and remain at the position throughout the service. At the conclusion of the committal service, the DL will present arms. Once the bugler sees the salute from the DL, he will begin the sound taps. Upon the completion of taps, the detail leader will hold his salute for 5 seconds to give the bugler time to salute, and both of them will order arms together. Order arms will not be called. The movement will be executed off the detail leader's movement. The bugler will ensure the bugle is turned off while placing it in the case. The detail leader, or DL, will time his movement so the second team member steps into position at the head and foot of the casket together. After a non-exaggerated signal is made, the DL and the STM will bend forward at the waist in unison, ensuring both can see each other out of their peripheral vision. Grasp the flag at the center and simultaneously slide their hands out to the corners together. The DL will conduct a wrist roll. Ensure that all wrist rolls are conducted with the hand on the opposite side of the family. Soldiers will stand using the 1, 2, 3, and step back cadence. The DL will conduct a wrist roll, and the first lengthwise fold will be made. Both soldiers will bring their right and left hands up to meet in the middle, bringing the flag to a vertical position. The DL will set the border by placing the top grommet with the red stripe below the bottom grommet with the blue field. The STM may also offset the border of the flag on his side as well. He will also offset the top grommet to the right of the bottom grommet. After their hands come together, the DL will conduct a wrist roll. The DL's right hand and the STM's left hand will slide to the bottom of the flag in unison. The DL will conduct a wrist roll, and the 2 soldiers will turn the flag to a horizontal position. The DL will conduct a wrist roll and stuff the guts. The DL will conduct a wrist roll and the detail will turn the flag into the horizontal position. The DL will conduct a wrist roll and the two soldiers will take 3 side steps away from the family, if space permits, with dead steps in between. The tip of the 8th fold will be positioned in the blue field and not past the first star. This will allow for the proper amount of excess material to be tucked into the flag after the 13 folds. After the 10th fold, the STM will ensure that he covers the red corner at his right hand with the bottom layer of blue fabric. After the 11th fold, the STM will push the red fabric into the fold with his left hand and close the blue fabric down over the pushed-in red fabric. He will pinch the fabric down during the 11th fold to keep it in place. The STM will bring the flag up to his chest and press the flag left hand over right. Once the flag is presentable, the DL will look into the eyes of the STM. Even if the flag is presentable, the STM will move his hands over the left and right corners of the flag, giving the appearance of fixing both corners. Once the flag is presentable, the STM will lower the flag by grasping it by the horns. The STM will render a 9-second count salute. At the conclusion of the salute, the DL will swiftly pull the flag into his stomach. The STM automatically marches back to the transportation. The STM will keep arms pinned to his sides when marching under cover. The DL will kneel down, stepping back with the right foot in front of the next of kin, without placing his knee on the ground, and give the presentation speech. On behalf of the President of the United States Army, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved one's honorable and faithful service. After the presentation speech, the DL returns to the position of attention and renders a 9-second count salute. The DL will look straight ahead and never look at the next of kin while saluting the flag. After the salute, the DL will face and march in the direction of the family car. Stop and post near the family car until the mourners depart. He may stand at parade rest until the person carrying the flag approaches. As the colors approach at 6 steps, the DL will come to the position of attention and he will present arms. He will order arms once the colors have passed 6 steps away. The DL will ensure that the bugle is retrieved prior to departure. The DL will march back to transportation and conduct final inspections before leaving the cemetery.